This is AV SuperFriends Perspectives, a collection of interviews, discussions, and presentations from conferences, trade shows, and events that just don't fit either of the other two shows. Some are long, some are short, but they'll all have valuable insights, useful information, or just good conversation with thought leaders and subject matter experts. And now, the AV SuperFriends. Some news. Justin, sing along.
Justin.
Yeah. And our news is Darryl. He's right there. So Darryl reached out a few days ago and said, you guys are participating in this awesome event, and he wants to talk about why this event is, how it came together, the purpose and how it goes, and a little bit of background. There's a link in the show notes if you would like to register for it. But this is called the Global Higher Education AV Technology Days. And I think I got that right.
That is correct.
Scramble to check our calendars. Yeah.
And so the idea is we took 3 different organizations and smushed them together, and they said we can all share what we're doing and all that fun stuff, something like that.
So it's higher ed, AV, some kind of hot dog sandwich thing. What is?
Yes. What are you talking
It's like an Italian beef sandwich with spaghetti on it or something. I don't know.
What?
But no, it's actually
With the
chocolate
giardiniera?
hot honey.
Does it have the giardiniera stuff on it? 'Cause you gotta have
It
that
does have the giardiniera. You can get
Yeah.
it with or without garlic. But that's, and then if you put sprinkles on there or hot fudge or whatever, you could do
That
it.
bread has got to be soggy before you even attempt to eat that thing, and it's got to be like just sopping. That's the way I like it.
It's the AV
Extra
mash.
napkins. You'll need extra napkins.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually pretty exciting. I think everyone's familiar. A lot of people are familiar with the ETC here in the U.S. And there's ETC conferences in person. And then over the years, there's other organizations that they have cross-pollinated with, if you will. AETM, which is part of the Asian Pacific, as well as Australia. And then SCHOMS is the similar type of organization for higher education in the UK. And about 2 years ago, we were talking at the Iowa State ETC conference. And we're like, hey, we should, because they would come to our conferences and we would go to their conferences. And so finally said, well, we should try and do something that is more of a global event. And so that was 2 years ago, kind of quieted down for a while. And then back in November, kind of reached out, because I'm still involved, very involved with ETC. But we're like, we should, kind of get the groups together and see, and we can pull it all together. And so, of course, the holidays hit. And then we fired up some serious conversations back in January. And so we finally said, look, here's what we want to do. We want to have this global AV tech event for higher education. And it's going to cover, 24 hours around the world, because we start in the US and then we go to the UK and then to Australia, and then we come back. And there's one section where all 3 organizations will be on the webinar at the same time. So it's kind of exciting.
Is this farm aid for AV? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
love that.
Kind of.
Or Woodstock.
It is now.
Yeah. Are you the only person in the world with a membership to all 3 of these places? Like, is that what's going on here? Were you the glue that made this happen?
I think so, because I kind of kept on encouraging us to do it and push it forward. It was nice that Panasonic, Panasonic was already a member of those 2 other organizations. So when we were talking about it, and I reached out, so Panasonic is sponsoring this global event, and in each of these regions for Panasonic are participating in it. So we're sponsoring the On24 platform, which is exciting, and we're the AETM is spreading the word, ETC is spreading the word, SCHOMS is spreading the word. So you go to one. That was the other kind of challenge too. It's like we just wanted one registration link, no matter where you're phoning in from, and then it's all going to be pulled together. The sessions will be recorded, because you're some of those presentations. I think that the gentleman from Australia it's going to be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because we had to deal with, like, is it daylight savings time in Australia? Is there not daylight savings time? So it's like, okay, let's pull it all together after about 4 renditions of here's what the schedule is. we finally were able to pull it together so that it wasn't too bad. Certainly, I think the U.S. has a better time schedule for some of the sessions than other folks maybe in Australia, but I'm sure they're used to that.
Yeah, I wonder what the master clock looks like for this event. This is going to be a nightmare.
We got the one person in the back who's got like Lily Tomlin. I'll date myself. She's at the switchboard. Okay, I'm switching over to Pacific time, and then I'm
Go now. Yeah, just go. Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, the presenters please encourage everybody to take a look at the presenters. I think we have some AV Super Friend rock stars that are happening, and just a great collaboration. And that's the other nice thing too, is that you'll be able to hear from some of the issues that are happening in the UK or some of the issues that are happening in Asia. And conversely, they're as excited, to hear about what's happening in the US. So I think it's really going to be a wonderful event.
I'm going to have to take a nap before the presentation.
I was just looking for that. Like, when are we actually presenting? Because now I can't remember when it is. And
it's like at midnight or something.
No, I think I'll tell you exactly.
It's early, I believe.
So the first session, let me pull that up.
Or maybe it's late.
So,
it's late for me. I don't know.
Yeah, first session is early. So the first session, I'll use Central Time. First session on April 29th is 9 o'clock Central. Then they jump over to AETM at 10. Then they go over to SCHOMS at 1. There's a little bit of a break because we're trying to, people would, have to do some work or, try and align some of the time zones better. And then we have AETM at 2 p.m. Central. Then all three organizations are doing a fireside chat, and that is at 5 o'clock Central. And then there's another event at SCHOMS, and you guys are wrapping it up with, which truly is going to be a great time, 10 o'clock Central. And that's 10 to 11.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
You're going to get a lot more. You're going to get a lot more. Obviously not a lot more. You're going to get a lot of people from the U.S. obviously, but you're also going to get more exposure to grow listenership from Australia, Asia, and the UK. So I think it'll be cool.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. I think we are still updating our PowerPoints to make sure that it is the most relevant presentation we will be giving up to that moment.
We were also looking to increase our fan base in Uzbekistan too. So hopefully
we're moving up there.
We'll get
Kazakhstan.
We can have 100% increase.
But,
I'll be curious to hear. I'll be curious to hear afterwards, like which was the best time zone to be in to catch as much content as possible.
Yeah, and we'll be able to kind of track that. Like I said, the sessions will be recorded, so they'll be available after, and that's another great, reason if you're an ETC member or if you're interested in becoming an ETC member, it kind of gives you that opportunity to access it if you were napping at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something.
Wait, power through this thing, man. Energy drinks.
Yes.
Go.
So far, Mark's the one that's held up the best.
Yeah, I think for Mark, it's only 6 p.m. your time or something.
Yeah, it's going to be lovely.
7 p.m. something like that. That's not too bad.
No,
or maybe it's 6. I don't know. 6 p.m.
That's math I'll figure out in the morning of. It's going to be lovely.
Regardless what's going to happen, there's going to be a lot of like, oh, I thought that was in an hour sort of thing.
Yeah, wherever it's out on my calendar, when it pops up on my phone and it says, oh, I need to be somewhere in 15 minutes, that's when I'll worry about it.
I just hope I'm awake when my calendar alarms me that I need to be somewhere.
I'll send you a 5-minute warning.
You better call me.
Okay.
Don't text.
But I think it's going to be great, and I'm glad you guys are going to be a part of it, and I really appreciate you having me on.
Darryl, do you think this one is going to be the first of many of these sorts of events? Because this is kind of a cool idea. Take multiple regional orgs and globally, link them all together so you have this constant feed of content.
Yes. I mean, it's gone through all these different renditions. How do you do it? At first, we're like, we're going to do a 24-hour higher education webinar. It's going to be like, maybe that's not a good idea, right? We're going to have dogs. The dogs are going to be doing juggling and stuff. But yeah, this will definitely be the first of hopefully an ongoing long-term yearly event. And we've actually registered that as the name of the global Higher Ed AV Technology Day. And then whether that's going to be, Chris's birthday or, Jamie's birthday, we're going to figure out what day that's going to be. But the actual name is already registered. So we do expect it to be not a one and done, but something that goes on for a long, long time.
Let's vote on that. Yeah.
Have you thought about calling the Guinness Book of World Records to see if X amount of time zones for a conference, or like the longest conference virtual, or there's got to be some kind of something there.
We're going to get a record. We're going to get a couple records coming out
Yeah.
of this. That's a great idea. I will do some digging.
If this hasn't been done before,
Yep. First time.
I'm seeing opportunity.
I like it.
Let's do
I
it.
like the way you think.
All right, so link is in the Larry just posted. If you're listening live, it's in all the feeds. Link will be in the show notes. We'll certainly blast it on the social media, but keep an eye on the socials, both, or I guess under SCHOMS, AETM, and ETC. Look for any one of those. They're all posting it. I suspect Panasonic is probably also posting some stuff about this as well. So look for that link, get registered, and it sounds like it doesn't matter which time zone you're in. Just go connect at some point, and there will be somebody there talking about something of interest to higher ed, AV, and IT people.
Right.
And the other great thing about that I'll point out, that when you do, wherever you're logging in from your time zone, it'll know, and it'll kind of tell you this is the time. So if it's 2:00 in the morning in Kazakhstan or whatever, then they're like, oh, let me go check that out. But it'll isolate it so that you kind of can keep an eye on it if you're not good with a 24-hour clock, which I'm typically not.
Get add on the fingers here.
Okay.
All right. Well, Darryl, thanks again for joining.
Perfect,
This
guys.
is very exciting. I think we're all interested in the event itself, and then of course the AV Super Friends can make it worse at the end, so that'll make all the other presentations look better. But no, this sounds like a lot of fun, and I think we're all looking forward to it and want to see this be a successful thing that we can do year after year after year at weird time zones.
Yes.
Well, that wraps up another episode of AV Super Friends Perspectives. If you have a perspective to share, you can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at mailbag@avsuperfriends.com.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV Super Friends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.